What's up, YouTube? It's your boy G11 back at it again with another episode of Homie Talk, where we have real discussion about real things happening right now. So folks, before I get into today's topic, I want to take a moment to recognize that it is Memorial Day. And for those of you who may be watching abroad or those of you at home here who don't know, Memorial Day is a day where we celebrate our brothers and sisters of the armed forces who have made the ultimate sacrifice so that we can enjoy the freedoms that we do today. So to them, I salute them and the families of the folks who have lost military members. We appreciate and honor your sacrifice. Now, with that out of the way, let's get to Brittney. So, why am I talking about her? Really, she's been in the news since February, and most recently her wife has been in the news. She did her interview over at ESPN and was talking about, how she's coping with the entire situation and her contact with Brittney and such. So I want to recap a little bit about how this whole thing went down, who Brittney Griner is, what she's being charged with over in Russia, Russian laws about cannabis, and kind of what's being done to negotiate her release, so to speak, right? So here we go. If you guys don't know, Brittney Griner, she is a WNBA superstar with the Phoenix Mercury. She's the center for the team. I believe she's about 6'9". She's a very tall woman, very good at what she does. Give her daps for that. She could probably dunk on me any day. But here's the deal. In the WNBA, she made about $230,000 a year, which is still more than I make because I'm broke. But at the same time, $230K is nowhere near, what her counterparts in the NBA are making. Those guys are bringing home millions of dollars a year. And this disparity exists for a reason. I won't necessarily get into it here, but that could have been a motivating factor as to why she decided to go play in the Russian leagues on her off-season time. Now, the team that she played for over in Russia was called the UMMC, and I'm probably going to butcher this, the Yekaterinburg, the UMMC Yekaterinburg. And they offered her allegedly about $1 million a year to play for them. So I could see that as a pretty good reason why you would go overseas to get the bag, right? So this explains why she was there. And at the time, so let's get to February of this year, right? In Moscow airport, February 18th, she was initially detained and then arrested for allegedly bringing vape cartridges filled with hash oil, which, if you guys don't know, hash oil is a form of cannabis. And we're going to get to why that's important in a minute here. But she got detained, and I'll have a video playing in the background so you guys can see the actual incident. But she got detained and was arrested, and now she is facing a maximum of a 10-year sentence in Russia. Now, here's the deal, folks. Cannabis in general is 100% illegal in Russia, for those of you who don't know. So if you're thinking about going there and, partaking, don't do it. The reality of it is when you're going to other countries, you need to understand the laws, you need to understand the culture, or at least do a little bit of background checking so that you know what to do and what not to do, so to avoid situations exactly like this, right? Now, mind you, this is also around the time the Russia-Ukraine invasion really started popping off. This was actually a few days prior, but there were reports of Russia posturing to potentially do something, and then of course on February 24th, that's when it actually went down. So that's something to keep in mind too. Now, I have to say, everything that I'm talking about is alleged by the Russian government right now, so we don't know if this is true or not, if she actually did have the hash oil on her, or if this was planted, so to speak. But I will say this, she has taken trips to Russia in the past and has not been arrested. So I don't know, take that as you will, but we have to see how this plays out. Again, I have to say this is alleged because I don't want to misspread information like she actually had done something and we just don't know, right? So I always try to be fair and balanced in that way when I get these reports. So let's fast forward to now. We are in May. She's been in custody for over 100 days, and her case is being handled by the Office of Special Presidential Envoy for Hostage Affairs. According to their website, they lead and coordinate the government's diplomatic engagements on overseas hostage-related matters. These include meeting with foreign leaders, advising on options to enhance efforts, and providing senior representation in strategy meetings with other senior U.S. policymakers, including the Hostage Response Group that coordinates the development and implementation of U.S. hostage recovery policies and strategies. The office works closely with the Interagency Hostage Recovery Fusion Cell, a government-wide coordination body. This office will facilitate better coordination with the families of Americans held hostage abroad. We will bring consistent, senior-level attention to hostage affairs issues and engage with foreign partners to assist in hostage recovery and maintain a strong no concessions policy. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with U.S. history, in the past, before the Obama era, the U.S. did not negotiate with terrorists or foreign bodies that took Americans hostage, at least not on the surface. Now, around 2014, 2015, that's when it changed. Obama took a hard look at the policy and figured we some concessions have to be made sometimes. Although it says no concessions, usually what happens is they release a hostage, we give them some money or we give them some weapons. Usually foreign body, I think over in Europe, typically they quietly will give money to organizations to release their citizens, right? But before, the U.S. was a big no negotiation, no concession type thing. That was what we were, but we've since changed, and I think it's for the better. We're saving lives. Of course, the trade-off is that we are supplying, these nefarious organizations or bodies with resources to potentially hurt us later down the road. So that's kind of the trade-off there, right? But I do hope some type of negotiation or aspiration point is reached between our government and the U.S. government to get her home. It's clear that her wife is in distress. She really misses her. In that recent interview with ESPN, she feels like the president is not doing enough to get her back. And the reality of these types of situations is they're very complex, and it's not as simple as, the president going and saying, okay, release my citizens or what, you know what I mean? It takes some finesse. It takes the agencies working with foreign bodies to get our citizens back to where they're supposed to be. So again, my condolences do go out to the wife of Ms. Griner. Hopefully she gets returned home expeditiously. The government's doing what they can. And my message to all of you out there who are watching this video is just be aware of the political climate, understand the laws of where you're going, and of course, most importantly, don't travel with illegal substances, whether you're at home or going abroad. You might fly under the radar once or twice, but you never know when it's going to be your lucky day to get caught. If you guys enjoyed the content, let me know down in the comments below. Hit that like and subscribe button for the algorithm. First comment will be pinned at the top. If there is an article that you want to see covered, you can reach me at homietalkwithg11@gmail.com. I am also over at Twitter at TheRealHomieTalkWithG11, and I'm on Facebook at HomieTalkWithG11. Y'all be safe out in these streets. Until next time, y'all. G11 signing out. Peace.